I'll show you the sweetest delight in the garden as a surprise for Adam.
Really?
Come.
All right.
Here.
But this is the one tree in the garden we cannot touch. This is the forbidden fruit.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Surely not.
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us to either touch or eat the fruit of that tree, for if we do, we shall die.
You believe that nonsense? Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you and Adam will be like gods yourselves.
All of us one day will reach the level of the avatars that we have read about in history, the Buddhas and Jesus.
Infinite One's God.
You ain't your servant, you cast your spell up on this planet with your graven images and your wishes to be worshipped. Witches and warlocks flock like Harry Potter fans, waiting for your new age plan to spread across the land. You got the masses dumped down where you want them, convinced that you don't exist, and now you got them atheist. Some even think they're evolving to a godlike level above and beyond human. These Luciferian lies feed on ego and pride. They come disguised as an angel of light, like the original sin and the first deception. The tree in the garden, don't you see the connection? It's the same old lie that he used back then at the beginning of time, at the fall of man. Have we forgotten the truth within the book of Genesis? Ignorant of the nature of sin, so we dismiss written words of God as an irrelevant myth, but then embrace all these new age thoughts of nonsense.
It's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did what I've done.
There is no God in doing. Infinite One's God. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven, without judgment, without hate, without testing, without anything.
I call my practices and pagan worshiping as act exists. See through the smoke and the mirrors and the mist. From Atlantis to the American fanatical myths, to the UFO connection with the German SS. Secret society elitists from the east to the west. Illuminati and Masonics, man, it all connects. Satanic worship to the depths we don't want to admit. It's a globalized illusion that we gotta correct. Check the symbols and signs like the all-seeing eye. Read the Bible facts to understand the great design. See the writing on the wall, we're living in end times. And even the elective now bought into the lie. Real Satanists are dressed up in their suits and ties, eating the fruit like these fools who think they are divine. They aren't evolved, they're just blinded by ego and pride, living a lie that disguised like Jekyll and Hyde. Can you deny that these times were all prophesied? Read Matthew 24:24, you decide.
There's no such thing as good or bad. Judging things practice and tradition. The things that I do,
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I touch the sound of silence, and in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
The church in America is going to suffer so terribly. And we laugh now, but they will come after us, and they will come after our children. They will close the net around us while we are playing soccer mom and soccer dad, while we are arguing over so many little things and mesmerized by so many trinkets. The net even now is closing around you and your children and your grandchildren, and it does not cause you to fear. You will be isolated from society, as has already happened. Anyone who tries to run for office who actually believes the Bible will be considered a lunatic until finally we are silenced. We will be called things that we're not and persecuted not for being followers of Christ, but for being radical fundamentalists who do not know the true way of Christ, which of course is love and tolerance. You'll go down as the greatest bigots and haters of mankind in history. They've already come after your children, and for most of you, they got them. They got them through the public schools and indoctrination, and the university and indoctrination, and then you wonder why your children come out not serving the Lord. It's because you fed them right into the devil's mouth. So little by little, the net is closing around, and then it's not little by little. Look how fast things are going downhill just in a matter of weeks. But at the same time, know this: persecution is always meant for evil, but God always means it for good. And is it not better to suffer in this life, to have an extra weight of glory in heaven? You must settle this in your mind. This is the one thing I want to say over and over. Down through history, you have a wrong idea of martyrdom and persecution. You think that these men were persecuted and martyred for their sincere faith in Jesus Christ. That was the real reason, but no one heard that publicly. They were martyred, and they were persecuted as enemies of the state, as bigots, as narrow-minded, stupid people who had fallen for a ruse and can contribute nothing to society. Your suffering will not be noble. So your mind must be filled with the Word of God when all people persecute you and turn on you. This is no game. You want revival and awakening, but know this. For the most part, great awakenings have come only preceding great national catastrophes or the persecution of the church. I believe God is bringing a great awakening, but I believe that He is raising up young men who are strong in trust in the providence of God to be able to wade through the hell that's going to break loose on us. And it will be on us before we even recognize it. Unless in God's providence, He is not done. He is not done.
All right, what is going on, everyone? Steve JMO, and I am back. It is May 16th, 2022, so they say. Still not buying the whole day and month and year calendar act they've been shoving down our throats. Neither should you. But let's, that was a little long intro there, but much needed. Much needed, though. A lot of people need to hear some of that stuff, and we're going to get into some more stuff that a lot of the viewers and everyone, including myself, need to hear and reiterate over and over again. So let me say hi to the chat real quick. There's a couple people on Rockfin. What's going on there? There's a couple people on the backup, 4 or 5. We got 27, 28 here on the main. What's going on, guys? There's good people in the chat. Ceiling Fan Man, what's up, brother? I didn't send you a link or anything, but if you want one, let me know. If anyone sees Jen in the chat, tell her to message me for a link. You know, it's a little early for everyone, especially there on the West Coast. But what is going on? AA in the chat. What's up? Mark Wood, what's happening? Good people, Tommy, Ann, Young Love. What's up, guys? Steve, Gonna Ball. What's up, guys? I want to know more. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Bon, B-O-N. How am I doing, son? Shit, it's a good question. How is Steve doing? Psh. Steve's been beat. Steve's had I'll stop talking in third person now. But no, I've been dealing with a medical issue for a good 2 years now, at least a year and a half. I had a hernia, my lower abdomen, right on the waistline, and for about a year or so, it was manageable. Up until about, I'd say, somewhere between September and November. That's when it started to turn. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And basically since, December, I've been working 20 hours a week, and now I'm out of work because I finally was able to get the procedure done to feel it or to fix it and heal it. I tried every other way. I tried just popping it in. I tried a bunch of creams and ointments that Ceiling Fan and his kind wife made for me. Tried a lot of other stuff too, some herbs. Nothing seemed to do the trick, but surgery, I guess it went well, but I mean, I can barely walk up and down stairs now. Not that I could before, but you know, I'm getting better as the days go by. I'll tell you that for sure. Because last Friday is when it was. Not the Friday that just happened, the one before. That's when the surgery was. And I'd say the remainder of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe bleeding into Tuesday. Oh, it was terrible. Like literally couldn't even walk. I live upstairs. I had to sleep downstairs for the first 3 nights because, I mean, I couldn't, you know. What if I had to go to the bathroom? You know, it would have been trapped. I had to pee out the window or something. But no, yeah. So I guess we're on the uptrend. You know, the worst part's out of the way. It's just recovery and trying to get back to work and make a decent wage so we're not further behind. But it is what it is. And real quick, just a public service announcement, a little PSA. Rockfin, for anyone, because we're probably going to transition there after we get all the old world stuff out of the way, because I got some crazy CV stuff to show you guys. You're not going to believe it. I didn't believe it. Had to look into it. Turns out it's been a thing for 4 or 5 months now. So awesome. But we're going to go to Rockfin later. And in the description of Rockfin is a PayPal link. If you do wish to donate, please don't donate to Rockfin. That whole shit it's not good. Let's put it that way. I don't like it. It's very difficult. May not be difficult for you guys, but on my end, extremely difficult. I don't want to hear other YouTubers, oh, it's this, it's easy. No, it's all good. Take your money, do it that way. Do your thing, bro. It's all good. But no, I'm all set with the Rockfin donation platform. Actually gonna I should have done that before the stream. I gotta go in the settings and try to just remove that whole bar, because I mean, let's say one of you guys kind enough to donate like $10. I get like $7, and then when it converts over to the RAE token, that's like not on any exchanges. It's awesome. It devalues instantly, and then with the current market rates with crypto, it's just gonna bleed and go down. And if you send me $10, I will probably receive $2 by the end of what I think it's monthly. They do the payouts or whatever. It's ridiculous. So please don't donate through Rockfin, or don't even donate at all. It's not a big deal. I'll figure it out. It's not your guys' problem. Let's put it that way. But if you are going to be kind enough to donate, please, Rockfin, no bueno. Steve and Rockfin don't get along well. We're just using it because we can talk about CV19 and all that good stuff over there. But here on YouTube, we could still talk about Old World for now. But I do. Oh, that was you, Ghana. Good stuff, man. Thank you. Where was I going? You lost me there, Ghana. But yeah. Well, they're still letting us talk about Old World stuff for now, and Mudflood and XFactors on YouTube. But I have a strange feeling that's going to start to get a little more taboo over there, because it's all of a sudden it's taboo in the quotations, the air quotes, truth community. Apparently Mudfloods aren't real, Jesus ain't real, XFactors ain't real. It's whatever. You guys are jokes. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh man, lost some subscribers since I've been away too. I'm sure most of you in the chat know what that's about, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not changing who I am. I've been the same person since 2000. Let's see, when did I first update? That's a good question. Or upload. That is a great question. When was my first upload? Too bad I have no idea how to find that out. There we go. Let's go from oldest. Can't do that. You'd love to see it. Can we filter? Let's filter. Great. Okay. I really can't even tell you when my oldest video was, but it was many, many videos ago. Let me get out of here. Let me try it this way. Let me go to my channel. Okay, this is easier. This is the format I'm used to. And of course, you can't do it that way. Sort by oldest. Yeah, 6, almost 7 years ago. Been on YouTube. And it's not like I think my first video was like sometime in January. It's not like January 1st. I looked into conspiracies and started making videos. Now me and a couple of my buddies, we were doing that for a long, long time, years, all throughout high school. It's actually funny. I was making a, I don't even know what I was doing. We were in computer class one day, and I stumbled upon a 9/11 website that I guess was Brian's or something, and it got me kicked out of the class for the day. Let's put it that way, you know. And I was like 17 then. It was just so weird. There was I can't remember if it was a Family Guy, a Simpsons, or a South Park meme, but they were like, Bush did 9/11, Bush did 9/11. I'm like, okay. So I looked it up, did a little like real research, and I was like, wow, you guys wouldn't believe it. It was much deeper than that. And they were like, yeah, ha ha ha, it was Bush. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm like, it was more. They're like, it's just a joke, man. I'm just like, no, look at this website. Like, it's not a joke. And then I proceeded to get kicked out of the class, so that was fun. But yeah, good stuff, man. So where do we want to start rolling today? Because I mean, that's basically where I'm at, guys. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos, because I mean, pre-surgery, it was just so much pain. Like, I was barely working. Some days I wouldn't even go to work, you know, just couldn't get up and do it. Couldn't stand for more than 2 hours. Been leaving work early. It's been terrible. It's been a rough ride, but I'm here. I'm still alive. And you know what the icing on the cake was too? Like 3 or 4 days before my surgery. I don't know why I'm laughing about it, because it's laughable now. I was in a bad mood earlier. Now I'm in a good mood, so I'm gonna laugh about the bad things. But no, my engine in my car blew. And I don't know if you guys remember the last time I did a stream, I don't know if it was my coolant system or my radiator. One of them two went, and now the engine just went. So I'm in no man's land, but thankfully I do have some support, and I mean, I got enough support to get my car back. Other than that, we're going to be spitballing for the next month or so, but we'll figure it out. Oh, I didn't even see that. My little icon's in the upper right-hand corner. That's kind of annoying. Let me remove that. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, the logo. Yeah, let me get that out of there. My bad, guys. Because, you know, I know what I did. I never upload it, but I made like a 5-10 minute video the other day, and when I make videos, I like to put the little watermark there in case, you know, someone wants to steal it or something. It's always there. So my bad there. It's a little annoying in the corner. Is what it is. Got a couple people here on Rockfin so far. Still just chilling in the chat. Haven't really brought up any of the things I really do want to bring up. And I mean, depending how I feel, this stream could go a long time. I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah, let me know how my audio is, guys, in the chat. If you could give me a thumbs up or something if the audio is pretty good. I haven't used this headset in a while, but I did drop the F out of it. Cedar, man, miss you too, bro. That's an OG. That's an OG Steve JMO guy right there. Thanks, Juan. Audio's good. Juan, let us know. Thank you, guys. So, but yeah, like I said, I got so many things to talk about. I got like hundreds, maybe thousands of pictures. I'm sorry if I'm slurring a little. I've been taking this like cannabis oil, and it's been good. You know, they gave me these pain medicines the first couple days, and I mean, they did what they could, but I mean, I guess the med system's looking out for you. I don't think they are, but I mean, they only give you like a 3-day supply of perks now when you get out of the hospital. So, I mean, like, only reason I say it like that is because I remember like years ago, you could go in there for a toothache and you leave with a 30-day subscription or prescription. I'm like, what the hell? So I've been just counteracting the pain with the cannabis oil, which is pretty cool. RSO or JSO, something like that. It's pretty beneficial, and I did take a good amount a little while ago because I'm over here thinking, I'm like, why am I slurring my words? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Because I haven't been smoking a lot. If I smoke, I cough and it hurts. Even doing that, clearing the throat kind of hurts there, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, RSO. Thank you, Rick Simpson. That's right. That's right. Hey, we got a guy here who helps us out with that, but He'll remain undisclosed because we are on live YouTube and other places. So let's see. Where should we take off? That's the big question. That is the big question. How about a quote from one of our former presidents, who I think was a giant himself? And why do I think that? Because the story of history that I'd say 95% of everyone is sucking down, not even close to true. Not even close to true. Here, let me do this. There we go. Get my head out of there. Abe Lincoln allegedly once said, "The eyes of that species of extinct giants whose bones fill mounds of America have gazed on Niagara as ours do now." So he's basically telling you that there was a race of giants here in America in, around, or before 1850. That adds up. That makes sense. Because the little European people, us, we didn't start filing in here. I mean, how far back do you want to trust history? I trust it to like the 30s or the like 1920, 1930 range. That's my trust range right there. Anything before that, nah, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. This guy could have said this in like 1904 for all we know. Who even knows, you know? Who even knows? Absolute madness. Absolute madness. That's Abe. Why does he have a huge statue? I don't know, man. I don't know. Why does everything around that guy so huge? Why is everything around George Washington huge? Why is a statue of him at the Smithsonian huge? What's up, Sean? Yeah, I'm back. Absolutely crazy. Let me get that out of here. Oh, actually, wait a second. I don't think I ever did that. That'll do. Yeah, I just got to put something in the chat real quick. I kind of rushed this show, if you guys couldn't tell. I don't really have much set up yet. We had those technical difficulties through the opening. That's okay. All right. Put that in the chat. That's the donation link I was talking about that I guess was never there. So we're going to stop talking about donation links now, because apparently I never put them in the chat, because that's how good of a channel content creator I am. We'll pin that. That's pinned. If you would like to, they're up there. If not, it's all good. Do your thing. We all deal with our own issues day to day. Don't you know it? All right. So we just closed out that picture and it brought me right to the top of the Facebook page, which I guess isn't the worst thing, because there are a couple things I guess we could show at the top here. Yeah, we're going to get a little mudfloody on you. We're going to get a little reset action on you. So since I haven't been here for a while, we're going to play the video that I do love so much. And hopefully there's not a lot of haterade in the chat. So I'm going to bring this back. We're going to play this out, and we're going to actually, you know what? I'm going to screen share it a different way. My apologies, folks. So let me screen share, stop. Yep. Chrome tab. I think we're on the Facebook. We are. We'll do it over here. Fantastic. Full screen. And we're going to play.
You can never find truth. All you can do is find false, drop it and get rid of it. And eventually, when you can't get rid of any more false, what you're left with is the truth. How much false can you find? And because there's lots in history. I was looking around the internet and came across the images of the 1893 Chicago World Exposition. And it blew my mind because it looked like ancient Rome in the middle of downtown Chicago. And as I looked at it further, well, here's another one in Philadelphia, here's another one in St. Louis, in Buffalo, San Francisco. And then as soon as they were done, they tore them all down and threw them in the garbage. That just told me there's something wrong with all of these. The story of the expositions is a gigantic lie. And I think it's so huge of a lie because I think they're right at a bridge point when so many things about the 1800s that seem strange and weird, right as this sort of period ends of unbelievable strangeness, and all of a sudden these fairs spring up all over the world with impossible buildings we're talking about, which are colossal structures. Chicago built 700 acres of fair in supposedly less than 2 years. St. Louis built 1,200 acres of exposition buildings. One of the buildings in Chicago, the manufacturer's building, would house 300,000 people. There's a giant statue in the middle of the lagoon. It was called the Golden Lady, and it was known as the Statue of the Republic. It was 65 feet tall. They say it was covered in gold leaf that had copper underneath, but others speculate it was actually made out of solid gold. So you're talking 65-foot high, potentially solid gold statue. We're talking giant structures and looking like ancient Rome with towers and domes and columns and the most fine, ornate pieces to them in these record, unbelievable times. Then as soon as they're done, chuck them in the garbage. Like Jackson Park is a swamp. So supposedly they had to drive down tens of thousands of wooden stakes in order to support the weight of everything. They dug out massive lagoons, lakes. They had a canal system that ran through the entire exposition. They also had an above-ground electric train. An electric train, well, where's the electricity coming from? That's running around the park. They had a moving walkway down by the shore. Not enough people are asking, where does this technology come from?
Just to frame it, if I'm not mistaken, the Chicago Fair was the first time people had seen electric light.
Tesla's the one who got the electricity contract for the Chicago Exposition, and it was certainly more than all of the lights anyway that were in New York City at the time were at the Chicago Exposition.
Yeah, it must have been mind-blowing for most of those people who had only seen gaslight or candlelight at night to see that city lit up in such a way. Again, it was 1901. We are told, whether it's true or not, the idea of being able to electrically do anything hasn't been around that long.
And this fair is bizarre. This is supposed to be Tesla's fair, where he managed to somehow move electricity from Niagara Falls to Buffalo for the fair. No one's really explained how he actually did that. And at the middle of the fair is a 395-foot-high electrical tower, on top of which, of course, is a female golden statue called the Goddess of Light. And this thing was lit up by, some suggest, 500,000 electric light bulbs. Again, when you look at the photos of this thing, it's just, where do they really get the power from?
I mean, think of what it would take today if you had a place with no electricity and no way to pipe it in, the generators that would have to be built.
For example, there's a building that went up to the Barcelona Exposition in 1888. It was claimed to be the fastest built building in the world. 5,000 square meters, capacity for 2,000 guests, 600 rooms, 30 apartments, and it was supposed to be built in 53 days. This is supposed to be a time of horse and buggy. The 2-year building times are actually impossible unless the two most likely theories would be either A, they had a technology that they're not supposed to have, and it really was built in that time frame. Even if they built them, they had to build them out of marble and stone in record time, or the buildings were already there. They'd been there for hundreds or thousands of years, fixed up, refurbished, repainted, hence the term whitewashed, which is the term that was used for the Chicago Exposition, which was paint all the buildings with this brand new spray paint that they had just developed to spray paint all the buildings in record time, so you couldn't tell if anything was old or anything was new.
How long did these things tend to stay open? When they built these things, supposedly over 2 years, which is the narrative, how long were they there for?
6 months.
6 months for the public to come.
And then what was amazing, for example, in St. Louis, 2 days after the fair ended, they brought in a demolition team from Chicago with explosives and blew the thing up. They actually used dynamite to blow it up, and they say threw it in landfills. Things like the World Fairs shows there was a time in our past, and even not that far in our past, where humans seem to be at a completely higher level. Human living and human knowledge were constructed into the buildings using cymatics, using sacred geometry. These fairs, they're so important to study because the history that we know right now as history was invented at the time these fairs were going on. One of their underlying nefarious purposes was to teach a historical narrative to the population that they were supposed to believe and agree with. And scarily, the world we're walking into today is in some way has its origins during the time of these fairs.
Very interesting, huh? Very, very interesting. That's the nature of it, you know. What we're walking into right now, definitely, you know, there's no coincidence that what we're calling a reset and what happened and what is happening now is called the Great Reset. You know, this is just absolute madness, guys. Absolute madness. Got a couple other people checking in. We got 46 here live on the YouTube, on the main, couple on the backup, couple on Rockfin. How you guys doing today? I have an echo. Is the echo still there? Oh, it's because I didn't have my fucking mic off. My bad, guys. My bad. Hopefully it wasn't that shitty. Is there still an echo? Give me a thumbs up, baby. I don't know. No echo? DJ says no echo. What's up, DJ? All right. Ooh, I really should have shared that video first because that's a whole different topic I want to get into. Oh no. We'll be okay though. We'll be okay. So we're gonna get a little old world real quick, you know. I'm sure you guys do know. Let me actually, yeah, you know, we'll just go into the pictures because I got plenty of pictures that I've taken over the last month or so that I just haven't been able to share just due to time restraints, a little bit of work and just pain, man, and then the operation. So hopefully you guys forgive me for the time delay here that we've been under. I don't think we've been live for a month or two maybe, so that's cool. But yeah, so me and another fellow YouTuber, she's normally in the chat, Marika, we hung out trying to think, did we do that all in one day? I think we did. We banged out Hartford and a couple graveyards, and then the next week we banged on to Boston. That's right, Boston. I don't think we caught any graveyards there. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't quite remember. Oh, actually we did, 'cause there's some crazy shit. So let me stop this screen share. We're going to go into a full screen share because it's easier this way. And I will not be able to see the chat, guys, for the next couple minutes, so please forgive me. So what is this? What are we looking at here? It's the top of a giant archway. That's the archway. And you know what's very interesting about this archway? I didn't get the pictures that I'm about to tell you about here now because I have them. They're just so far back. It'd be a hassle for me to grab them right now. Maybe after we're done showing these, I'll bring them up on another slide. But this archway is on top of a bridge. But underneath this bridge is absolutely nothing. No water, no this, no that. There's just a road, and under the road is this bridge. But what is really, really interesting about quote unquote said bridge is that if you literally look into the ground, you'll see the outline of an archway sticking out. And then if you look at, can I explain it? You see these? Stone, not these, behind them. Stone. It's all stone, all the way under it's stone, goes down, stone. This is stone, drops down like 20, 30 feet. It's a stone wall. So on the flip side of this, so like see how this is here? On the other side of this are like decorants. Like you would see on the edge of a building, perhaps. You know, something like this. Like they had decorants like this underneath the bridge. Kind of makes me think that said bridge could be the top of a building. Because, I mean, what bridge that doesn't even go underwater? What bridge that doesn't even go or have water under it? It doesn't even make sense. You know, why would there be a bridge with two giant towers? You know, it just doesn't make sense. And if you look at this, like, look at the towers itself. You got these angels playing trumpets. This one's playing the cymbals. Very interesting crest. Very fine night. Very ornate. I'm just assuming, you know, this is not what you do after a war. You know, if after the war you're in recession, you shouldn't be building commemories to the battles. You should be rebuilding households and neighborhoods and families. This doesn't make sense. Why would they build this? Why would the archway need to be, you know, 20, 30, 40 feet high? Maybe the dudes that built this, you know, maybe see how these look like big bricks? Maybe to them, those are just regular bricks. You know what I'm saying? You catch what I'm saying there? Big people, big bricks, big archways. Remember what Abe Lincoln had to say? Yeah. Incredible. And there's this little building here. I think it's a better view of it. Yeah. Just down the street from it. Got your pillars, got your big doorway, got your windows above the doors because the doorway is so big. Windows going down into the basement, sub levels. Definitely old world. Definitely so old world. And this here, this had me thinking. I'm like, did they just build this brand new looking building over an old stone building? It would seem so. I think so. But I can't say. And then I saw the giant archway here. I'm like, maybe they're just contributing to the old archways and the old ways. Not saying it is, not saying it isn't. Oh, this is very interesting. This is at the oldest cemetery in Hartford, right in the middle of the city. There's this weird old cemetery, and there's a pillar. The pillar's missing its top, yo. It's so crazy when I see pillars like this. Look at the foundation all these are on. Just smelted, melted, cricket, everything. Look at this, like, face on here, bro. That looks like E.T. or something. Some demonic shit. I'm all set, man. I don't know. I was creeped out with that. The right outside this cemetery is so weird. You got these, like, giant rocks, dude. Just random giant rocks. I don't know. Look at this sucker of a building. Incredible. Central Baptist Church, Hartford. Yep. 3 doors, giant doorways. Regular size doors for us. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And you could tell here, look at the street going down the hill. Right down the hill. This building's crazy because it goes so far back and so far this way. And, like, it's got a little conical thing here, which I thought was, like, pretty cool. Incredible, huh? Now, I think the next snap shows you that's how far down it goes. 1 and 2. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. I thought this building was pretty crazy. I don't know how old this building is. Could be newer. I'm not sure, but it's a giant church, man. Got to get up in there. Like I said, yep. Psh, that's crazy talk. Look at this. There's like a chimney just sticking out of the ground here, bro. And then look at it. Going down. Clearly a structure. And what's on the flip side? You wouldn't even believe it. Look at it. Look at the stone cooking in. Cooked, cooked, cooked. Why would you build like that? Why would you build like that? Where's the haterade? And look what's on the bottom, bro. This is crazy. Little chimney on top. This is on the bottom. This is on the bottom. Absolute madness. I wanted to get in there so bad. Absolutely mad. Old world as crap. Look at it. Cooked into the ground. Falling over. Devastating things happened here a while ago. Long time ago. At the cemetery, of course. I think this cemetery was right outside of Hartford. couldn't think of the name. The city. Wow. Look at the ridge. It's a wall under there, guys. That's a wall. This is a wall. That would be a wall. Weathersfield Village Cemetery, 1881. And then, yes, yeah, on the other side, look at what else it was called. Ancient Burying Ground. 1637. How crazy is that? Ancient Burying Ground. So 1637, I guess, is ancient. Ancient. Why would it be called that? Because this is the ancient burial. Isn't that crazy? Had me bugging. Here, we'll chill out for a second. That is a cemetery. So crazy. MC Hip Chase. How far up do you go in the chat? Yo, what's up, Daryl? Yeah. So I'm just looking in the chat real quick. I'm just trying to see what that retains to. Yeah, Hartford. Maybe some from Springfield, Mass, too. What are you talking about? I live in Springfield. Who that? Big facts, yo. What up, G? I've been hurt, bro. Had to get a surgery. So I ain't heard from me, by the way. Just told everyone that, but yeah, they're in Hartford. Yeah, those are in Hartford. Those are all certified in Hartford. I don't know if I have any Springfield photos to show today, but I'll show some after. Forest Park is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I know there's tunnels all under Springfield, and I heard that some of them run with the river all the way to Hartford. I can't confirm that. I'm not going to deny it, but I can't confirm that. It's just what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So definitely try to check into that. Am I better now? A little bit, man, but just recovering, you know? Yeah. Golf courses, I would say most of them, except for the ones in like Florida, because they're just flat, you know? Like absolutely flat. Wow, look at this. There's the picture. I think this is Ceiling Fan Man's wife just sent me a crazy picture of the Washington looking crazy. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Had a hernia. Couldn't really walk or whatever. It was crazy. Yeah, I'll hit you up, bro. Which number do you got now? Text me, because you had the other number. I was looking at it last night, funnily enough, because I wanted to hit you up. But I was like, I don't even know which one to call. So text me. I'll give you a call. Give you a call after, probably on another hour or so. But yeah, most of those pictures, all these are from the Hartford area. Yeah, Rockville. I think I've been there. Some crazy shit. But I won't be looking at the chat for a minute, guys. Show some more of this. The ancient burial ground. It just gives you some facts and crap, you know. Blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, I don't know. Look at this village here. It's like a gritty. It looks like a grid already. It's like 18, 17, whatever. Crazy. Look at these things, bro. That's an alien, bro. I don't care. Maybe the angels do look like that, but that I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just got the text. Good looks. This thing down here, I believe that one maybe, but the one on top, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's creepy. Yeah, 1680s, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I think I'll put these all on my Facebook later if you want to check them out. Now here, yeah, bro. This is the crazy cemetery we went to. Shout out to Marika for bringing me here, by the way. So we went here. We went to the other place first, maybe, and then we went here. I don't even remember how that whole day went, but check this place out. This is merely the tip of the iceberg. Look at this little building first, though. Looking crazy. This is in a cemetery. Like, come on. Come on. This is where you're hiding all that old world stuff, and they can't deny it. They haven't come out to deny it. All they've done is, seems like they've hired some people to make us try to look stupid, but I don't know. What does Steve JMO know? All right. It's the same one. Yep. And look at this place, dude. This place is like just as crazy as the last cemetery we visited. Obelisk, obelisk, obelisk. Like, this is crazy, man. Look at this place. All stone. Very fine night. 1800s. It's actually got that old world Aztec looking trim to it. Oh, wrong way. Very interesting. Looks rather newish. I don't think there's a date on here. But still, you got your angel with the trumpet. They're waiting. They're watching the seals. Look at this thing. Stump out of the ground, on the hill, down the hill. Huge. Look at this on top. Tell me that's not for something. Like, it's like grooves of the of your records. Now, you're not gonna believe this. This was at the cemetery. Look at this. Look at this. Get ready. 3, 2, bam. A freaking pyramid. An Egyptian, Roman, whatever. Pyramid. Look at it. Absolute madness. I hope this is coming out good on your end, because it looks incredible on my end. Absolute madness. Like I said, on the slope, down the hill. I tried climbing it, but ended up hurting myself. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You can see the parts where they had to like reinforce everything, you know? Madness. A little vents Yeah, a little vent in here. It was probably just a square opening, but I'm assuming they just put this in to maybe get birds and whatnot from not going in there and whatever. Very crazy. A little singed on the top there, I think. Could be a leaf. Yep. Blocked off. Incredible. Moss growing out the side of it. Could not be older. You know, so crazy. That's your angel. Can't even get in here, bro. You can't even get in here. There's no doors or anything. There are no handles on the door. Yeah, this graveyard's crazy. Look at this thing. Incredible. Yeah, this thing's gnarly. All on the hills. This whole cemetery was just mound after mound after mound after mound. Statue. Crazy. So he's got like a TV remote in his hand. What is that? Crazy though. Look at this thing. We see these everywhere. See these on the tops of buildings everywhere. Why would it be in a cemetery? Incredible. Look at these. Look how big this thing is. One of the biggest obelisks I've ever seen in a graveyard. Incredible. On the hill, down the hill. Fresh water, of course. Old world is a must. And I thought this was crazy. Look at this stonework. I don't know how old it is, but I thought it was incredible. This is all stone. Dude's hat stone, the belt stone, the gun stone, the sword stone. This carpet drape is stone. Incredible. Yeah, that big sucker. Damn. Freaking huge. Massive. Massive. All of these are massive. These are all different ones, by the way. These are just all massive obelisks they have. Look at this thing. Blocked off. Definitely went up another level. You see my cursor, it would have went like boom, boom, boom from the back, boom, just on the top. This little thing that she was looking at, I don't even know what this is. Just randomly there, sticking out of the ground. Crazy. Another obelisk. So you can clearly see it's on the hill, coming down this way a little. It's incredible stuff. This I took a picture of just because the bottom here just looked jagged. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh yeah, there's a set of hands here. We kept finding these like statued hands everywhere. It's creepy. Yeah. Another one of those little mortuary things. Harley. Yep. There's another one. There's so many at this one place. This is all at one cemetery. Incredible, right? I don't even know what these are, but they were just crazy looking. On some old stone looking thing. Yeah. Kind of a big structure. This is the gates to this place. Look at the gates. Huge. Stone everywhere. It's like you're in London. Look at this thing. Incredible, huh? Wow. That's the top of a building. Little mini building over there. Look at that. Old and stone. You can tell the whitewash is new. This is old. This is old. The foundations are old. Could be something new built upon something much older. Look at this thing. Look at the top of this. Incredible. $1877. We're just going to whip one of these up for you. Look at this thing. Crazy symbol. Look at this thing. Another crazy symbol. Wow, I forgot about this one. Look at this thing. Massive. Absolutely massive. 100% marble. 100% flawless. Look at that. Egyptian at the top. Got your conqueror, got your emperor, whoever that may be. What a structure. And like I said, Egyptian. Egyptian. Look how clear that is. And what's that? What's that? What? I must, honestly, guys, I'm sorry. I must have just made this whole picture up. You know? Yeah, see this whole structure? I made it up. There's a snake on it. See the snake? I make it up. You know? Ridiculous. So clearly, there's your esoteric snake on something that could be a few hundred or a few thousand years old. Clearly not a made up like thing. Egyptians, what were they known for? Like not being good. You know, pretty simple. Who are they got all over their stuff? They got snakes with wings. Sounds rather just rather esoteric, man. No bueno. No bueno. Look at this massive one. Let me see if I got a better one without the shading. Ah, the sun was an SOB that day. Just put your monitor down a little. You'll see it. Oh, it's the same structure, just different side, though. Yeah, massive, massive structure. Incredible. It's a date for me to look up later. Just look at all the obelisks. I have not shown you like some are like, you know, look at the details of another one or another two, but you haven't seen the same structure twice, have you? No. These are all different places. This place was acres, miles big, dude. It was huge. Absolutely huge. You could drive around it for about 10 minutes. Swear to God. At a decent like 20-mile-an-hour pace. I thought this was crazy, just sticking out of the ground. No big deal. It is what it is. There she is. What you doing, Jen? You want to hop on? If you want a link, let me know. Yeah. Yep, imagine that. Go back at night and bring that paranormal juice. Probably going to have to pass on that, unfortunately. But yeah, Jen, if you're in the chat and you want a link, let me know. Let me know. Let me, where was I? I was here. Oh, you know what? Oh, Jen's really got to get it. I got to show her this. Because someone just said, bring the paranormal into this. I'll bring it in here real quick. Check this place out. There's the kid right there. There's the paranormal guy. Kappa, Klappa, whatever. 420. Get clapped. I don't know if you ever heard of this place, homie. Loftus Hall, Wexford, Ireland. Look at this place. This is old world as could be. And it's so to be said, the devil himself stood a night here. Just saying. Just saying. They were playing cards with a stranger who allegedly got lost at sea. One dude dropped his cards. Saw he didn't have feet. He had hooves. Exited through the ceiling. A hole in the ceiling is still there to this day. Look at this structure. Mammoth of a place. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, so Jen wants a link. Let me get that out to her real quick. So let me get a new tab open. I didn't even need to do that because I'm a moron, but that's okay. We can all be morons together. Where is she? Jennifer. I don't see Jen. Oh, there she is. I was like, it's been a minute. It hasn't been that long, though. Right, we sent it that way to her. And let me just shoot it out to one person who might show up. See if he does. See if he doesn't. There he is. Boom, boom, boom. So now everyone's got the link. They got the link. So we'll see who shows up. Yeah, man, Mad Crave just happened to be the next picture on my list. Just happened to be. Look at this. I'm not screen sharing. My bad. This is Hellfire, one of the entrances to the Hellfire Cave. Outside of Dublin, I think. Is this Dublin? Yeah. Burnt structure. On a mound. Telling me, right? Yep. Mount Pelier Hill. Hellfire Club. Yep. No bueno. The first Freemason Lodge. We know about those guys. I guess I did have it in here. All right, now we're in Wethersfield. So we'll go through Wethersfield for a minute. Actually, no, that's where the that first cemetery was. My bad. Yeah, look at this. Going to Wethersfield. Most ancient town. Ancient town. I didn't know America was ancient, guys. When did this become a thing? Ancient is like Rome. Ancient is like Egypt. Ancient is like the Mayans. When did the European settlements that came over here, when did those become considered ancient? And I'm only saying it that way because that part of the story even seems more ridiculous to call it ancient. What was really here? What do all these symbols really mean? Not another snake. I don't know. I'm just making it all up. This is crazy. Look at this. Burnt ass bricks here. Vision of the historic site, blah, blah, blah. I think this is like the first house ever built or something, or what's left of it. Yep, and look at this place. I've shown this plenty of times. Now I think, wait, oh, we're in Boston now. Okay, so I'll stop there for a second. Oh, man. So that was the Connecticut trip. That was pretty cool. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we went to Boston like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then like last week and the week before, I was just chilling. Then I got the surgery. Now I'm feeling a little better and I can't wait because, I mean, they were all limited journeys because I was hurt. You know, we'd only walk around for like 10 minutes. Yeah, ancient question mark? The fuck? Yeah, we only walk around a couple minutes at a time. You know, we got to chill out because I'm just like, yo, like, fucked up. But nah, it feels good. So hopefully the next couple of weeks we can heal up quick and fine and be on our way, you know, back to full health, you know. I gotta get a couple teeth pulled too, which kind of sucks. Freaking wisdom teeth are finally starting to bother me 27 years later. So crazy how life works. Time flies. Feels like yesterday I was just, you know, dicking our off in high school. Smoking weed, doing stuff we shouldn't be doing, hanging out with people we're not hanging out with anymore. You know how it goes. Gain and lose along the way. See. Any word, I appreciate that donation, but please next time, try not to use the Rockfin donation links or whatever. It's just not my favorite. Takes ridiculous amounts of time and energy to get them, and then once you're finally able to get them, your assets turn to zero. So that was cool. You know, shout out to Rockfin. Absolutely crazy. But all right, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. I see Jen, you just showed up backstage, so if you want to just hang tight for a minute, I'm gonna get a song on real quick or two, and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere, and we got a lot more to talk about.
Terrific, like the beats of a griffin with sharp pointy tips and the grip of a falcon. Grasping with grappling talents and water medallions of battling Scythian nomads. So many masterfully sculpted renditions, artistically marvelous, monstrous visions, descriptions of possibly authentic dragon-like animals, fossilized mandibles gradually formed by the annual downpours and rainfalls, exposing mysterious samples. Examine examples like cylinder seals, revealing the secrets of serpents unveiled by ubiquitous snaps of a snapdragon. Sounds serendipitous, just like the epic of Gilgamesh. Several conspicuous mythical beasts can exist, and in fact they could actually be crossbreeds from angels who planted the seeds on indigenous demons hungry to breed. In the days of Noah, from the book of Enoch, in the path of giants,
revealing alone high
What we see in this antediluvian world full of giants. If we could go back and observe all the things in the laws, but graffiti on knees, drop on Nephilim hybrids and fathers who flocked in a pack of 200 deserters. These tyrants who plundered like pirates and lusted for flesh in a cycle of violence. They squandered like pigs in the mud of defiance. Abnormal like Dr. Moreau in his science. Monsters without any use of a latex appliance. A violent alliance of violent Goliaths. Drowned and diluged by the flood into silence. Desirous delinquents, they lost their commission. Now Lucifer's legions, they turned into demons. Chained in the blinded and bound in abyss. Living with locusts deep in the pit.
in the days of Noah. From the book of Enoch, in the paths of giants, revealing a low high
Memories lost from a time in our history. Should we be blind to the mystery? Willingly ignorant to the reality. Fallacies formed by fallacious facsimiles. Angelic offspring conspiracies. Possibly aliens visiting. Revealing sinister enemies. Posing as saviors with remedies. Entering mental capacities. Cavities. Demons are grabbing our faculties. Abducting sanity. Offering new age mentalities. Fraudulent phonies who mimic and imitate. Based in satanic magic. Facilitate UFO sightings, debacle, debauchery, sorcery, portable forgeries, copied demonically forged by a fork-tongued mythology. Genesis 6 house of Nephilim, vividly mentioning stories of alien babies and women apparently forced to endure hybrid pregnancy.
In the days of Noah, from the book of Enoch, in the paths of giants, revealing a low high grave.
Because Satan and Lucifer imitate what the true God does, would it not make sense that when these guys fall to earth, maybe
angels left their first estate to cohabitate with women in the days before the flood. And one of the things that they did was they taught mankind enchantments and root cuttings, this drug-related sorcery, the kind of things that you associate or connotate with classical witchcraft.
In every civilization, in every ancient culture, they have practiced divination. In every country and nation, humans have tried to reach the other side through meditation. Rituals and incantations, astral projection, altered state communications, some-induced hallucinations, distort perceptions, ingesting mushrooms, psilocybin, salvia, ayahuasca, DMT, the cutting of roofs, the pharmacia, sorcery and shamanism. Psychics with visions, channeling beings to possess them. They interact through invitation, spirits and demons who are familiar to the victims, entering those who don't resist them through open doorways, connections from other dark dimensions. They fabricate apparitions based on expectation to people open to suggestion. A hocus-pocus fascination, presenting false illuminations with one motivation: to present an imitation, an altered explanation, poisonous intoxication. The serpent's venom's like a weapon that can change and mutate to always keep you guessing. 1/3 of the angels fell, good versus evil, heaven and hell. And now we're caught in the battle between the night and the darkness and places unseen. 1/3 of the angels fell, good versus evil, heaven and hell. And now we're caught in the battle between the night and the darkness and places unseen. Since the beginning, their plan never changes, but they adapt to the beliefs of the ages. In every culture and race, see their traces, erased all their origins, lost in the mazes of time. All these places aligned with the similar tactics, interactions with mass-based malevolent beings, creeping in with enchantments while seeming benevolent, teaching advancements to end with their origins. Evil in nature, this dangerous behavior enforced human labor, strung by the fingers, the strings of the puppeteer pull ruling the leaders led by the king of fear follow procedure. The spread of the greed feeds sneaking creatures deeper and deeper. Wolves amongst sheep that make signs out for wonders for wicked adulterous generations who seek for a secret and reap what they sow as their sorcerers conjure elixirs and spirits who speak through their sages and soothsayers, mystics and wizards and pastors. Leaders pour poison down throats of their listeners, twisting through words and their messages, offering counterfeits, magically turning their staffs into serpents, worshipping false gods on purpose. 1/3 of the angels fell, good versus evil, heaven and hell. And now we're caught in a battle between the night and the darkness and places unseen. 1/3 of the angels fell, good versus evil, heaven and hell.
You gotta love some Destiny Lab. You gotta watch out for people like that, yo, who be serving other gods knowingly. You know, that's where we be at right now. Low key, high key. Check that out. With that being said, let's bring on Jen, the True Seeker. What's up, Jen? How you been?
I'm good. What's up? I miss you.
I miss you too. I miss you all so much.
I also want to say you can't serve two gods at the same time. That's like burning your candle at both ends.
I see that happening too. You know, I see people serving another master willingly and some maybe not unwillingly, but like you said, they got one foot in this pool and one foot in the other pool, you know?
Yeah.
Can't
Most people, even, Christians, you might say, or whatever, who think that they're not doing anything wrong, not to saying that, I'm judging anybody or anything, but if you don't know your enemy and what they're willing to use against you, you could very well be, worshiping Satan and not even realizing it. Like the monster drinks with monster shirts and stuff. You got little kids with monster shirts on, right? The M, that means 666, going to church on Sunday and wearing that shit, to church and stuff. These types of things that most people don't even realize they're doing it half the time, and I'm not trying to know what God's saying or not, but I could just imagine him looking down, shaking his head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah. I've been thinking that for a couple of weeks now. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you were showing some really cool stuff with the cemeteries and everything.
That was in the greater Hartford area, right around in Connecticut, right around the big city there. I saw you sent me a video, but I do have some pictures from Boston.
No problem on that video. It's no hurry or nothing.
So I'm going to show that, and then we can transition to your stuff, and then we'll probably wrap it up on YouTube and go to Rockfin, because I got some crazy stuff I want to talk about. I'm not trying to lose my channel today, maybe tomorrow, but not today. I mean, there's some stuff, Jen. You're gonna be. I can't even tell you right now. I can't. I literally can't. If I did, we'd be hit. But there's the mRNA. They're going wild with that. Let's just put it that way. They're going wild with that. I don't even want to say anything that's gonna get me caught in a YouTube strike.
See, they have to modify everything, though, because Lucifer cannot
want to modify you. That's why.
He can only take what is already created and modify it. He cannot create something new. They can't. They just can't do it.
No. I mean, they've given it a shot with golems, but they don't last too long. And has anyone known any golems that have, made it alive? No. And we've seen that one that, what's his name there? Crowley brought through. He didn't look like a good guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. And Rob Tell Truth, or the Truth, said I should go on Twitch. I would go on Twitch, but I mean that's where the dudes with pink hair hang out, and I have a strange feeling I'm going to offend them, and they're going to ban me too. So I'm all set. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. Then we got the Rockfin up. We got a couple people there right now. 9 or 10. That's cool. So Rockfin's going, but let me get these pictures back up. Let me just kill the audio on the screen. Here, I'll put us down here. But this is the Capitol building, and the funny story about this is, right? So like I was with Marika, right? And like I live like 80, 90 miles away from Boston. So I don't really know the city too well. And like where I wanted us to like get off the highway in my head was nowhere near this, by the way. But it was a place where I knew. We get off the highway, we bang a left, we get in the parking garage, we walk one block over, Capitol building. I was like, thank Jesus, dude.
Wow.
I'm
That's
like,
cool when that shit happens.
in my head, I'm like, we're about to be parking maybe near the waterfront, which isn't too far. You know, it's a nice walk down the hill, which is, you know, nice for me. You know, down the hill is not bad at all. But we were right behind it. I was like, this is perfect. So this is the big gold dome in Boston at the Capitol building there.
Wow. They have one of these in Atlanta too. But could you imagine if all the domes that we see everywhere were gold like this? I mean, it was just it's not just for aesthetics.
Maybe they were. Maybe
Yeah.
they were, you know? And they put the whitewash over them. I feel like they've done a lot of reconstructing and whitewashing to make us all think this was all built in 1910, you know? Because the amount of whitewash I see in cemeteries now, Jen. Did you see the pictures from those cemeteries I was just at?
I was trying to look. I was driving, so it was a little hard for me to see, but I caught some of them.
Hold on.
I'll have to go back and look.
Nah, we'll do this now. Let me get out of this. Let me just scroll up here. And I gotta show you where my mom works. That place is absolutely crazy. So I think this is all Boston so far. Yep, there's the Gold Dome. And I don't know if you ever heard this. Check this quote out from Abe Lincoln. The eyes of that species of extinct giants whose bones fill the mounds of America have gazed on the Niagara as ours do now. And I think he was a giant.
Wow. That's profound. Yeah.
That's profound. And he came right around the scene right when the Big Bang happened, in my opinion. Not the Big Bang, but the reset, you know?
Yeah, he was unusually.
Maybe he was the American figurehead to lead us out of it, you know? And George Washington was this figurehead who wasn't a human that brought us into it. Can you catch that maybe, you know?
Yeah. And Abe Lincoln was unusually tall. I mean, they could
exactly. And his top hat. Come on.
Yeah, what was he hiding under that thing?
Oh, who knows, man? Who knows?
Some giant bones under that hat.
I don't know if I sent you this, Jen, but this is Loftus Hall in Ireland.
Really? Looks like half the building's still underground or something.
I think it is. And you want to hear the story behind this place? The devil apparently stayed a night here, allegedly.
Oh, really?
It's right on the edge of a cliff, right? And there's, you know, water and shit. There's a stray boat. Dude comes in. They stay the night. They're playing cards. Someone drops their card. They go under the table. They see he doesn't have legs. He has hooves. And then he exited through the ceiling, and the hole is still into the roof.
Get out.
Yeah, they were playing cards somewhere on the second floor, and there's a hole through this ceiling and this ceiling. It goes right through the top.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
look into
crazy.
that on your own time. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, so crazy. But yeah, let me show you some of these cemetery photos. Let me go back a lot real quick. Oh, there's so many, Jen.
Wow, look at all that good tech. And pyramids? Wow.
Well, I'm saying, right? Let me see what this is. Yeah, you would like this. Look at this thing.
Wow. Yeah, look at that. Now, see, to me, it looks like they closed off the center part of it.
They did.
Yeah, there was probably tech all up in there and stuff, and they just put the plaques in. Oh, okay, this is a memorial to John Smith or something.
Right, here's another one. This place was full of the building toppers for sure.
Look, it says, what's it say on it?
Primo?
Yeah.
I can't say that. Yeah, just something. And I mean, the amount of obelisks that were here, Jen, incredible. Look at this thing. This is.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go. See, they didn't close the center part of that one off.
Nope.
Wow. You just slap a plaque on it and go about your day.
To the top of this one, it's like a flower.
Oh, wow.
Right? Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, that's the cemetery. I want to show you, You saw it. You said pyramid, right? You said you saw a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? Let's see. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
My mother went back to Philly yesterday, and my son is leaving this Saturday. I'm going to try to do a live stream here in the next day or so.
Oh, before we get okay, that sounds good. How'd the transition go? Good traffic, good drive.
Yeah, I mean, I hate going to Atlanta, but it is what it is.
I know.
It's like a 2-hour ride there and a 2-hour ride back. You know, I just try to avoid Atlanta at all costs.
I feel you there. Look at this obelisk, Jen.
Wow.
Look at how Egyptian it is at the
It
top.
is Egyptian. That is a DJed column right there. That is DJed column all day long.
Look who's on the top. Interesting. I know what's more interesting about this.
Was that brass? Was that copper on top and it turned green?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
and somewhere else too. Get ready for this.
Oh boy. Yep.
Where's the haterade?
Is that the earth on it in the center?
It's just faded. It's just faded as well.
Oh, because that looks like South America or something.
It does. In Antarctica or some bullshit. I see what you're saying there. But no, look how it's the two snakes. This is everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why would this be in a cemetery on an obelisk? You know?
Do you remember I went to that Jewish cemetery one time and I found that headstone with all the Egyptian stuff on it, and in a fucking Jewish cemetery.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was weird.
I gotta see where this. There she is. Look at this thing, Jen. Look at this thing.
What's the angel about to walk in the door there, or coming out of the door? What's it doing?
Blocking a door without a knob on it. You can't get in there. There's no knob, no lock, nothing.
Oh wow!
Absolute madness. Slanted going down the hill. This whole cemetery, mound after mound after mound. Fresh water here, fresh water there, Jen. It's crazy.
Wow, there's probably a lot of stuff going on underground at the cemetery.
You want to see some crazier stuff? I was at this other place. Guess what it's called?
Ancient burying ground, 1637.
Ancient. What is that? Why would it say that, Jen? Why would it ever say ancient?
It's weird because I've been hearing a lot of people over the last couple of years referring to something that's only a couple of 100 years old as ancient. You know what I mean? Like ancient to me would be like 1,000 years or older. You know?
This is the ancient. This is the ancient right here, I feel.
Look at this.
A place I couldn't get into, but
I wonder what's through those doors.
Exactly.
Looks like a scary ride that you would take, somewhere.
Well, look what's on top. So this is here, right? This is the side. Look at it cooked in.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Look at it. Look at the back of it. And look what's on top. Hold on. Where's the next picture? There it is. The fucking chimney coming out of the bottom.
Oh, really?
The whole building down there, Jen. The whole building down there.
There's a whole town down there.
There's a whole fucking civilization down there. And look in the background. You got this wall. This is a wall. This wall just over here, you know? Not like literally, but same deal.
Remember the movie Amber City or Ember City or something? Embers?
Maybe.
Something. There was this whole town underground, and because supposedly the surface world was destroyed or something, and it was called there's all these buildings in town, everything under, all these people lived underground, and they had no idea about the surface world at all.
Well, what about the highway you can't research anymore that went under the Appalachians from Georgia all the way to upstate New York? You can't even find that anymore. I had videos on a laptop that doesn't work anymore proving it. It was a time lapse. It was about a 35-minute video, and it was a time lapse of about, say, maybe 17 hours, maybe 15 hours. The speed limit was 90. And there were stores, there was gas stations.
Who the hell's doing 90? What date is this?
It was underground. This is like nowadays, like a whole underground tunnel that no one knows about. It was I think sponsored and run through Sam's Club at Walmart. I don't know if I could talk too much more about this, but yeah, look into that FEMA shit, people. It's crazy.
Wow.
Now, where were we?
Well, look at that.
I know. Okay, so yes, this is the entirety of the building. This pissed me off because they're doing reconstruction. I was like, no way. So I can't get to see it all, but that's basically it with a drape over it, you know. But I didn't mean to go that way. My bad. But yeah, we'll go back to the gold dome. And like, if you look under the dome, Jen, are these
You
gold
see a
bricks?
brick-
Are
Yeah,
they? Yeah.
it does. Yep, you can see a brick pattern there. Wow.
You know, in a fucked up way, like through like 9 different like relations, I may be related to the governor. So maybe I could try my luck. See if I can go to the top chapel here or whatever. It's all gold up here too. This is fucking bizzing, you know?
Right.
So ornate. Too bad my camera's not good quality. It's probably so much better than that. Incredible. Yeah, look at it. And you go down the hill, down the hill. You should see this whole park, Jen. It goes down the hill another 100 feet. Jen, you're not going to believe what's at this park. You're going to shit your... Oh, my God. It's crazy. Crazy. And all the buildings around this, circuits. Complete circuit board. It's crazy. Like, me and, like, Marika, we almost, like, fell over looking at this one building. It was, like, it looked like a USB port. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, even if you look over here, Jen, this is all part of the same building. This is all one giant complex. That's what I'm trying to show here. All of this, all of that, one giant complex. And we park 2 blocks behind it, and the complex itself goes back 2 blocks. You know what I'm saying?
You know, these are interconnected buildings underground. They're
underground, above
underground.
ground,
They're
you name
probably
it.
all connected. Above ground, where they refurbish the buildings.
I think underground it goes down out lower because
oh yeah,
this is the start of the Freedom Trail or some crap where you start here and you walk all the way to Charleston to the. We'll show you. We basically walked the Freedom Trail, but we drove it. You know, I mean we parked, chilled here, parked, chill here, parked, chill here, did our thing. But yeah, this was crazy, and I don't know if it's called the Freedom Trail. I might be mistakenly given the wrong name to it, but look it up in Boston. It might be called that. You start off here at the Capitol building, and you go by this crazy old cemetery that we went to, bro. It's nuts. Like, you're not even gonna believe this, Jen.
Mhm.
I couldn't get enough of this dome though. Just incredible. Look at the sun shining off of it. You know, just
oh yeah.
shows the sun's right here. You know, by the way, BT Dubs. Yeah, look at the edge of the building. They whitewashed it, made it new, but you know it's brick underneath. You know it's brick underneath.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. These components on the grid system, bricks are supercapacitors. This was all part of the free energy grid system, these buildings.
Yeah. Look at it in its entirety. You know, it's crazy. And I'm just, hold on, give me 1 second because I have to look and see if I sent myself that photo. And if I did it, I'm going to cry. And I didn't. So I'm going to cry. All right, let me send myself that. I don't know if you want to give a shout out or comment on it or something.
Anne is asking if we've seen the buildings at the. Oh, so let me see here. Have you seen the buildings? Look like a giant ship parked at the shore with a visible hull. And I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I do remember seeing a picture of what looked like a rock face with the front part of a ship and its hull coming out of it. If that's what you're talking about, I've seen that picture. But I'm not sure if that's exactly the one you're talking about.
All right. You want to see something crazy?
Of course. It's the only reason I'm here.
You're gonna so yeah. Look at this. This is Boston, 1812.
Oh yeah, Ray showed this stuff on the show one time. Ray from Boston. I think he even went to this site, and that hill, that obelisk is still there.
I have photo evidence of the obelisk.
And that's the dome you were just showing, right?
This is the building, and this is the obelisk, but they moved the obelisk to behind the building. It's in the courtyard somewhere now. Because as I just showed you, look, let's go back a couple pictures here. Let me see how many I have to go back. Maybe this one. Look how far down I am. I'm down. Look at over here. We're in front of the building. We should be going up. But no,
Right.
look at the building, Jen. I never noticed this. Oh, my God. Jen, it's getting dug out. They're digging it out.
Oh, yeah. And
They're
look at
literally
that
digging
steeple
this
in the
out.
back. There's a steeple right there that looks like it's half buried.
They're literally digging this whole building out, Jen. This is crazy. Holy crap. Wait a minute. Let me look at this. Let me get where was that shot I just had of it? The mud was going up to here, Jen. You see where my cursor is?
Oh, yeah.
The mud
Oh, yeah.
was going up to here. That is crazy.
That
is crazy. Because we're not even at the front doors yet.
Wow, this is really good proof.
Wow, because the pillars are up here. And wow, this is crazy. Hopefully someone's screen recording this. Because there's no hill here, and the obelisk is moved. And I wonder what these little darlings are over here, you know?
Yeah, they look like chimneys or something sticking
Exactly.
out.
Look at them. Just digging away, Jen. Look at them. Bam.
Yeah, look, they're hacking at it. Yep.
Bam.
With their pickaxes.
Wow. These are the real settlers, I think. This is what they really found, you know?
Oh, yeah. People with carts in these. Look, first off, there's no roads, okay? Before you build, you're going to put roads in first. You're going to have your carts and your horses going over all this mud and junk and stuff to build this fancy schmancy building over here. And it just, the people never match the surroundings.
This is absolutely incredible.
But having those guys with the pickaxes hacking away at that hill right there, that's really, really good proof right there. Yeah.
In the hill.
Yeah.
Crazy. And like I said, there's no more hill because it goes down. Down, down, down it goes, you know? And I'm taking pictures from down here. I'm down a whole nother like 15, 20 steps, Jen. From where the street level is, and we had mud up to here. That's crazy. I can't believe that. I can. Yeah, look at the dome again. It just took me, you know? I was like, wow, look at it.
Wow, that's really, really ornate.
Same deal. Look at that,
Same.
yo. What a bunch of fucking crap, dude. That's crazy. They want to tell us this, and they want to tell us that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Your history don't add up, people. Wake up. Please, for me, you know? For Jen. We've been doing this for too long. With like no reward or reprieve, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they want to lie to us about where we're living, what we're on, all the stuff around us, the timeline itself. We've been lied to about everything. And it's, you know, when we say everything, we mean everything, including, you know, the stuff in archaeology, the stuff in his story, the stuff in geology, the stuff in volcanology, all this stuff. It's just all lies. You know, how many people have based their whole careers on space science and all this stuff? Well, that doesn't exist.
Look at this place. Little tunnel. This is all at the Capitol building still, by the way. This is the Capitol building. Crazy. And look how in the back, Jen. In the back, what color is the stone? I know you'd like that.
Oh, yeah, it's like a yellow brick. Yep.
Wow, right? And where do we find yellow bricks at, Jen? In the desert.
In the desert. The deserts, I think, were yellow
Jen.
brick buildings.
Come on, yo. What was going on here, bro? Like, this is... How is this not a fucking subject? Like, I don't understand. You know, this is crazy.
Well, they give you the historical narrative and people just move on with their lives. They don't even think twice about it because, see, we trust these people as the authority. So the people who write the history books, the history itself, that's the authority. That's what we go by. And nobody goes and looks into it and starts digging it apart. Like, why are these standing columns everywhere? You know, they're just memorials and whatnot like that. Well, then you start looking into DJed columns. It makes sense that these columns are standing everywhere, you know?
So, Jen, let me get this straight. They built the consensus is they built this building in a year. I wonder how long it took them to dig it out, though.
That's what that is. It took them a year to dig it out. Is all it is.
No, well, this photo was in 1812. This was built 1798 to 1799.
So they'd have to be building this thing. Just think about it, guys. They would have to be building this thing every day, 24/7 for a year to get it built in a year. Now, Boston, as far as I know, has really bad winters. So you're going to have to cut the year in half, okay?
Yeah.
So really, they
Day
made it in
shorter.
what, 4 months?
It's absolute madness to think that, you know, and like, where did this hill come from? What was on this hill? You know, why is there Egyptian stuff in the middle of Boston in 1812? You know, why is the roads all, why does it look like we're in the middle of, like, you know, Saudi Arabia, you know? Because honestly, if you didn't tell me this was Boston, I'd have no fucking idea where this is, you know? I'd have no idea, and neither would anyone here, you know? Like, if I didn't know what the State House looked like and I didn't know this was Boston, you had no idea. But there's the proof. Here's your obelisk. Wham, bam. They just moved it because obviously they're cutting this down. I just can't
So if
believe
they
how
can move
high
that,
it is.
if they can move
so
that
high.
obelisk there, they can move a lot of these obelisks and standing columns to graveyards as well.
Exactly my point. My next point was that. Thank you. Incredible, right?
Right. Now, see, here we see a building with columns going up to the 3rd floor. On either side, 2 columns, 2 columns, 2 columns, 2 columns. So the DJs are built right into the building itself. They think, oh, well, it's just aesthetics. Isn't that cool? They put columns, columns, columns. They didn't need all this stuff just for aesthetics and everything. And logically speaking, in the time frame that these things were built, you wouldn't go all these extra miles when you don't have the ability to even build on this grand structure. Like, say, a 20-foot high door for an average, 5'7" to 6 foot high person. Why would you go put a 30-foot door in, or a 20-foot, you know what I mean? This type of stuff. We don't even do that today. You look at the crappy stuff that you pass by in strip malls and everything. You don't have a 20-foot doorway when you walk into Ross, or a 30-foot doorway when you go into Bed Bath & Beyond.
No. And you know what's crazy about this building? I'm just making this observation now. You could tell this is old world because whatever is below here and what was originally the 1st floor is destroyed, and all the way up to whatever level is now the front was heavily damaged because, look, they had to put the new siding on it. They had to put new pillars in because let's go up to the next level. The whole building's different. They're different pillars. They're more decadent. They're real. There's an actual marble wash, not the whitewash, not the block out. You know, it's actual elegance. So you could tell this is old world just because they had to reconstruct. They had to World's Fair this entire place. That's what happened with the World's Fair. They showed what we're gonna do to the world. You know, like, look how everything's all fucked up. Now we're just gonna brand new, brand new, brand new, new timeline, new timeline, new timeline. JP Morgan, all these people start stepping in, you know, and then there's your American story, you know.
Also, I'd like to mention that Tesla, Westinghouse, and Edison had all their inventions at the World Fair, and they weren't there. They weren't there to explain how they work. There's no pictures of them there. It's just stuff with their names on it, and that's it.
Look at this,
because
Jen.
they're just characters.
I thought you'd like this little.
Oh, look at that. Again, these buildings are interconnected, guys, just like those old drawings that we would show you of the old world and stuff. A lot of these buildings get partitioned off and closed up and everything like that to make it look like they're separate buildings, even though they look like they're all together. But underground, where they're all still ash and mud flooded, the buildings are still interconnected.
America's first Freemason, Ben Franklin. Also part of the Hellfire Club that I just ironically brought up for no reason like a half hour ago. Yeah, good guy to have on your team, I guess. Look at this, Jen. I was in a cemetery. This cemetery had nothing to offer, Jen, because it was just all just like, I mean, look at this, by the way. What is that? That's no bueno, in my opinion. What kind of angel is that? That's creepy.
It looks like some kind of like alien skull head or something.
That's creepy. Know. But check this out. I don't know what this is, but it goes all the way down.
I bet it does.
To the subway. Check it out. This is the top of it.
What?
This is the inside of it. Yeah, Jen.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
Right? For no reason.
Yeah, that's really strange. And the way it's fenced off, we see a lot of these memorials and monuments.
Right
these,
next to it. Right
oh,
next
look,
to it.
look at this.
A half door. This was all sunken, Jen. Everything
I'm
was
surprised they left that there.
up. What are you gonna do with it? You know, if they take it off, it's a hole down to this. You know,
Wow.
crazy, dude. Right?
That is nuts.
Look at this.
Look at that doorway.
This is an old. Believe it or not, people, old world buildings were actually very, 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 very big. You know, look at the doorway here. Why would they ever build that? You know. Well, look at the human doorway. Look at the human. You know, look at the doorway. No bueno. You know, big doors for big people. Incredible. Look how big that is. You actually got a scale comparison with this kid. Boom. Huge.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me bring it back a couple, actually, real quick. Not to here, not to here, not to here. Yep, more of that. So, yeah, this is the oldest cemetery in Boston here. Look at this.
What the hell is that?
Right at the entrance. Right at the entrance.
Wow.
Little door that's sunken in. Maybe 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30. Who knows? Who knows? Look at it. It's crazy.
And you know, before we had these new eyes, we would all just walk by it. Oh, look at that, and keep going. See, now that the blinders have been removed and we have new eyes to see, we can see this stuff everywhere.
Now look at this, right? I was like, what the hell's going on here? So I hopped the fence. That's what's going on under there. Look at that, Jen. Old.
Wow.
So old.
Oh, you know what those are? Those are windbreakers.
Oh, yeah. Incredible.
Ancient windbreakers.
Look at this. More of the same.
Wow.
Middle of Boston, Jen. Middle of Boston, Jen. Come on, right outside the fucking State House. Excuse the language, but come on. What's going on, guys? Are we in Egypt? Look at this. I thought this was weird. I don't know what this is, but it's like a spent mixer. So these are all pictures that are on a monument.
What is this? Their boat when they're arriving or something?
Perhaps, yeah. I looked for an ark. I didn't see one unless this is one, but I think this is just land.
Yeah.
I don't know what this represents.
Huh.
And one of these, I think I found a dude with a hand in his coat, though. Somewhere I did. I don't think it was this one. When they're on this monument, look at this thing, Jen. You're gonna have to help. You're gonna have to help me out here, because like, who or what is this? I have no idea. Is that Osiris? Or is that Apollo? Is that the Statue of Liberty? I think so.
Yeah.
Is that conquered dude from Rome? Yeah, because he looked the same as all of them somehow. Imagine that.
Yeah, all the above. It's
Alexander the Great, right? Yeah, him too. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I want to point something out here on this DJed column with these rings going around it on the way up.
Oh, yeah.
That's representing stacking plasma energy. And that's what DJ columns are. They're like Tesla coils. And that what they do is they stack plasma energy in them.
This is crazy to me. This is not the America I was told about, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They renamed everything. They moved everything around. They renamed it. I mean, we were looking at Sodom and Gomorrah stuff recently, maps of Sodom and Gomorrah, and I found Montana and Utah. Actually, I saw the Montana one, and Shapu noticed the Utah one. Next, I says, like, what are those doing over there around the Dead Sea? Montana and Utah.
Look how massive this thing is, though.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. Like, what else would you say to this? And right next to it is that the Egyptian thing. Huge. This is massive. That's what I'm saying. Look how massive. Look at Jen. You gotta go up the hill.
Up the hill.
Up the hill. Come on, baby. Tired of singing it. Up the hill. And where's the? It's going down this way too. Look at the man. He's walking down the hill. Oh, look at this. I thought this was a pretty cool looking place. Damn,
Yeah,
look at these motherfuckers. Put a camera on that? Fuck you. But yeah, this just reminds me of like San Francisco or whatever, you know?
Oh yeah.
World Fair.
Yeah, the World's Fair. And you see these
And
in
look at it.
cemeteries as well. This isn't a cemetery, right? Or no?
No, this is just the Commons in Boston. Look at
Oh,
how
okay.
it goes up the hill to it, Jen. And then up more the hill. Right behind there is the Capitol building, too. It's just biff, bam, boom here. And look
Now
at it,
you-
it's all in the center. I wish I knew what this looked like from above.
That's what I was just going to say. You need to get an aerial shot of what this whole complex looks like from above and look down on it. And it's probably just set up exactly like a computer board.
Look at these. Found these on the side of a building somewhere.
Interesting.
Old bells.
That's very interesting.
I thought these little, they were fasci. Look at these. They're all fasci. Boom, boom.
They
fasci,
are. Look
fasci,
at that,
fasci.
guys.
Isn't that fucked up? I think I got another one. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Oh, it's on the
That's
Bell building. That's right. Stairway to Nowhere.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Because we find stairways to nowhere out in woods everywhere and stuff, you know?
I know.
Melted steps in the woods.
Oh, real quick, I want to focus in on this. Look at how like devastated this like monument looks. Just the monument itself, the plateau it's on, devastated.
Yeah, those plaques look a lot newer than the.
Oh, the plaque's
monument.
brand new. Plaque's brand new, just about. You know, just same with this thing. But whatever this originally is, old, so old. Now I want to go back a picture and see what this is. Okay, so we're on the side of a church here, right? And we look into this little like gully that's blocked off. Bricks, 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 Jen. Look at the floor tile, just like the tile underneath my cemetery. Freaking crazy. And then I think I'm going to zoom in under the floor tile, because under the floor tile is just more bricks. Columns, broken columns, crazy. And look up there. What's that underneath the plaster? What's that underneath the shitty plaster? That would be more bricks, baby. Look at that, Jen.
Motherfucking brick.
Always hidden. And look at they're just stacked over here. On the side of this church. Look at this church. Incredible.
Wow.
Absolutely massive. Wow. Look at the
What amazes
boulder that
me,
came out
you know,
of there.
I was just watching a show called Taboo. It's got Tom Hardy in it. My son had never seen it. We were watching it. And in that show, even, they show England, you know, in London. Everybody's trekking around in the mud. Mud, mud, mud everywhere. A few streets here and there that are brick, right? But mostly everything's mud. But you got these huge buildings everywhere and stuff. It's like, how could you not get all your streets made, but yet you have all these extravagant, amazing architectures everywhere?
Right.
Just doesn't make any sense. All these muddy roads and stuff everywhere.
I thought this was weird. Bostonia?
Yeah, that is weird, dude. What is that?
The land of Boston? I don't know.
Bostonia.
Bostonia.
It looks like a star fort-ish looking.
It's well, this is Boston. They're calling it Bostonia in I-630. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bostonia, the land of Boston. Now, I thought this was a weird-looking bridge because it's a new bridge built upon an old bridge. I want to know what the old bridge looks like because this looks like a motherfucking obelisk to me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, this is another way, I think, there's a lot of the new architecture that they're building in a lot of this old world tech, same.
I was showing that before, too, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what they're using this shit for. We don't know. We get our electric bill, and that's about the end of it. We don't know what's going on with the electricity, who's getting free electricity, who isn't. I mean, I personally don't think Disney World or Disneyland has an electric bill.
Right? I feel you there. So check this out. This is Bunker Hill in Boston. It's a photo.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, it's like the Washington Monument.
It is. That's how they say they erected it. Right. Look at these little ass people. Big ass stones.
I love how they put these illustrations in to convince you how they made it. Just like when they were making the maps in the 1700s and they started putting volcanoes in. They would put a volcano up in the upper corner of the map with an explanation of what this thing is.
Look how massive it is, though.
It's huge.
It's got this old building out next to it, and it's all on the biggest hill you'd ever see, you know? I got more photos after. They get cluttered when I share them this way, but look at this, Jen. Row of buildings as far as the eye could see.
Right. So this is a good example of what we were talking about
row of a building. My bad.
Buildings, yes, because it's one big building. It's interconnected, but in the old world, it was interconnected. In the new world, they partition these things off, put walls in, and brick up things and everything, and make you think that these are separate buildings, even though they're all stuck together. But actually, they're massive buildings that were all interconnected.
Yeah. So this is where it starts at this building here. And it all ends 5 miles that way.
Wow.
Crazy. Look at this. Little Rosicrucian action.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
The Iron Cross.
Yep. Look at this building. It's so old. You got the vines going up, Jen.
Dude, that thing is covered.
Covered, dude. You're not going to believe how big it is. Look at it. Covered all the way inside. All the way down low. What is this? A little yellow action, maybe? Perhaps. Perhaps. I'm saying this place looks like it belongs in the Egyptian desert somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But it's huge. Do I have another better picture of it? Yeah, look at that, Jen. Giant steeple, giant fucking tower.
What's with the top part? Hella, is that?
They're working on it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that window there looks like the window in that one etching I showed where there was a beam of light coming out of the center and it was hitting a ship or something.
Imagine that. So I feel like my new theory on these windows is that there was no window here, 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 or here, but this window was there, but it was like a different type of glass, and it was bam, boom, you know?
Yeah.
Look, we were inside this crazy church. Let me turn it up because, hold on. I don't know if I'm sharing audio. Let me turn it up. I'm not sharing audio. And you can hear the organs. It's incredible. The guy's playing the organs middle of the day. No reason. It was awesome. This place is huge. Underneath all the plaster was brick. Because the outside was burnt. It was that place I was just showing you.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at these little grates.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. You know, this church was probably way more innate with gold inlays everywhere. They probably took it all away and just painted it all white inside because it's consistently white throughout. We know these things were really ornate on the inside.
Hence is the term whitewashed, Jen. That's why I came here and then I had a new theory in my head. I'm like, they've whitewashed not just the World's Fair, they've whitewashed everything.
Oh, yeah.
The whole world. The whole world was the World's Fair. They just happened to show us while they were know what they did. Because the World's Fair is a summer event mostly, or a tri-monthly event. Everyone
Right.
was there for 3 months, and then they came back home, and they're like, "Oh, everything is."
Dude, it took them 3 months to get to the damn thing. So
Imagine
it's-
that. So by the time they got home, who's to say the elites can have their little minions roll in, whitewash the whole town, and and hey, you're at your new home. This is your new job you just learned for the last 6 months. You know,
yeah. Did you
because
see?
wherever they came from, there were no factories, there were no businesses, there were no banks, and then they went there, got educated, and now they got rolled out to these mega cities: Chicago, New York, Boston, whatever. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco,
Yeah.
L.A., and they presumed their jobs, and that's the actual story of America and how it grew. That's why the financial and fiscal assets of America are so like they're so important, and that's why they're so effed, that's
Yeah.
why we're so far in debt, because this place grew on businesses and money, and then China rolled in, and then the New World Order was like, oh, actually that's a good idea, we're going to do that to everybody, and now we're all fucked. But
You know what's interesting too is that a lot of the World's Fair pictures that we see, doesn't matter which one you look at, it could be the ones in Europe, here in America, it doesn't matter. You really don't see children that much in it. Even though we're told that they went out of their way to educate the children there. I think it was more for the adults at the time. You don't really see any kids in any of the pictures. You might see one here or there, but can think the way they were supposedly re-educating the kids with these little books, and they had to fill it out and what they learned there and everything. It seemed to me like they were trying to get these anchor memories in with the adults to pass it on to their kids and stuff like that, as a baseline for his story. I could be wrong about that, but you just don't see the kids in the pictures like you would think you would. You know what I mean? There's nothing there for kids to do anyway.
right here, I forgot, I recorded this sideways, but I fixed it, so let me send it to myself again real quick. This will take just a moment. So how's the weather been down there?
It's been hot and humid. Not hot and humid, but like in the 80s. We had a lot of rain recently and stuff, but today's pretty nice out. Nice and breezy anyway.
All right, I just got to trim this video.
So yeah, they were giving out these books during the World's Fairs to children, and I guess adults as well if they wanted them. But it was kind of like an educational thing where they would have to go and write paragraphs of what they learned, and have everything filled out correctly so they can get a special stamp on it, and whatever, a ribbon, who knows. As you accomplished something when you were there, you learned all this stuff, and then you go home and then you see the world the way they want you to see it because they just taught you all this stuff. So, predictive programming.
There we go. Sorry, just waiting for this thing to send. Okay. I think this is straight now. Let me see. Yes.
Sweet.
Full screen. Figured it out, guys. So I might fix that video and represent it later or something from earlier, or a couple weeks ago. But yeah, look at the structure. Just like the Washington Monument, a little bit smaller, but just.
I wonder how much of it's underground.
Too much of it. Look how far up the hill we are.
Wow.
Look at how the whole neighborhood in the background rolled down the hill. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
This is the highest point in Charleston.
Wow.
And everything just rolls down either which way, Jen. Left, right, front, straight. Don't matter. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Stone.
None of this stuff is as old as they tell us it is, guys. I mean, even when you look at the stuff over in Europe and different parts of the world.
Well, see, in America, I think it's much older, but if you're on that side of the world, it's not as old. Or it could all be just the oldest and just reused.
Yep.
Like Manhattan. I feel like Manhattan's been around for a while, but yeah, that was most of that. Here, let me I'll show you these pictures real quick.
Hey, Sue. Sue is listening while driving.
Okay. So look at this video. This is I'm at my mom's work. This is one of the warehouses. Like, just view how, just been recording now for like 10-15 seconds already. This is how long this place is. Look how long it is, Jen. Boom, boom, another one. Look how old it is. Look at the bricks. Look at them sticking out.
What the hell did they need something this big for back then?
It was a chlorine factory. Then I think they exploded it in the 60s, because they did. And the whole neighborhood blew up. And this building, was never the same. Because, I mean, if you look at this picture here, this is what it looks like nowadays. My mom said it went up a whole nother tier, or maybe another tier or two when she was a kid. And then, they blew it out, Now they got the 5G on top of there, which is awesome. But yeah, she works like in the way back. But yeah, this is just where she works at. This is 1 Allen in Springfield, Mass. This is a site of the old armory, and this is where the tunnel starts. This is where the tunnel starts that goes all the way downtown.
Yeah, what I was just going to say.
This is on top of the hill. Yeah.
That building looks like there's a lot more to it.
Oh, yeah.
Underground, probably.
Check this out, then. Let me see. Nope. Look at that. This is under it. This goes under the street here, and behind it, there's another one. I'm on the bridge. I get to drive over to go to the part where my mom works. So this is street side. Look at the bridge, Jen.
Wow.
Look at that. That's crazy, bro. That's so old world. Still holding strong to this day. Look at that. Trees growing over it, growing into it. Incredible. Look at over here, Jen. Look at the popcorn.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Incredible damage. So that's street side. This is the back side. This is the side that goes under the building. Yeah. Incredible, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I had to try to zoom in under here because it's all just burnt. You can see all that snot coming out, It's like a whole canal system. Something built around it,
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a crappy view because I took a picture over here.
Look, you were showing me that wall in Texas. I had heard about that wall they discovered underground in Texas that runs for however many miles and stuff. Just this random wall. Nobody knows who built it.
It's crazy. This place is huge. This is probably a good couple acres. The entirety of this place, because this is another one, another spire, I guess you can call it. Because the one over here, this is a separate one. Here's the second one,
Gotcha, yeah. It almost reminds me of the asylums.
Basically, yeah. It's huge. It's literally just as big. Here's its street side, Goes all the way back, all the way around. And like I said, there's the video I have. And just look at the size of these windows. Come on. Give me a break. And look at it from the back here, Jen. You'll love that. This is crazy. You can see over here they have to redo it because it's starting to get old and weary. Finally, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 years later. But look at the back of it. Big blocks over here, brick. The brick down in the canal. Look at these brick half.
It's a million bricks right there.
It's crazy. I'll show you a million bricks. Check this out in a second. Just look at the wall first, though. Crazy. Big old wall.
Huh.
Cooks into the ground. Cooks literally into the ground.
Wow. Yeah.
No, this is the back side. Goes even further back, you know what I'm saying? And it goes further out back, that way. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then look in the distance, the shoreline. They drain the river. What's in the river, Jen? What do you see here?
Bricks.
A few
Bricks.
100,000 bricks, maybe, you know?
Yep.
Holy guacamole. And look at that. A wall, maybe that's a tunnel there. I can't tell. Looks like it. Wow, I gotta get over there.
Yeah, and maybe even look at some of those bricks on the ground there and stuff.
Oh yeah. This is crazy. Look how old it is. You have the moss on it, trees growing out of it, Jen. Come on.
Yep. I just found
what came first, a 200-year-old tree or the fucking stone it's growing on? Give me a break. And look at it, Jen, real quick. I know I interrupted you, but
No,
look
you're
how
good.
it cooks into the brick and then down.
Oh yeah.
So the heat was coming up and from the right.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they just refurbished this because this kind of looks tackier, in my opinion. At least the bottom half. Top half looks old. Top half is old. Bottom half a little newer. But you can still tell here they cooked in here and they had to probably cut some bricks in half to just make it fit, which you would never do.
Right.
Unless a catastrophe happened. Something catastrophic. Crazy.
They're making the bricks and baking the bricks and then transporting the bricks. And then it's like, oh, by the way, we need a few bricks that are cut in half and edgy on this one side to fit in this spot. Are you kidding me?
Right? Look at all, dude, there's so many bricks over there. Like, look at them, Jen. Like,
yeah.
So many. Hundreds.
Yeah. Wow.
Completely wild. And that's just like, I try to get a scope of everything, but there's still my mom's section completely behind me. This place is huge. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, that took a shit ton of bricks to make.
Oh my God. And they still got them.
They never show anybody transporting massive amounts of bricks to locations to build any of this stuff. You know what I mean? How are they transporting that stuff with their, their carts and their horses and stuff on their muddy roads?
Yeah, right. All right, let me get this out of here. Okay. Well, that was a lot of stuff right there. I'm glad I finally got all that out. That's been broiling for a while. I'll tell you that. I hope it tasted good.
It's well done. Ready to go.
Oh man. Who we got? We got a couple of people on Rockfin still. We got a couple of people here on YouTube still. I got a bunch of other old world shit I can get into. So I know you got that video. Want me bring that up for you?
Yeah. I was gonna show this on my next live stream, which I still will do that. But I wanted to show you guys. I don't think we'll get any issues with showing this video. I've shown these guys videos before. And basically, we're just going to go into a melted building here, which is designated a cave by geologists, jackwagon geologists, but it is actually a melted building. Wait till you guys see this stuff. You're going to be blown away.
You want volume or no volume?
No, we don't need volume. It's in another language anyway, if they said anything.
Okay.
This place is crazy.
Yeah, wow. Right away, you could just see them.
And a lot of things that I show, you just see the tunnels. But here you're going to see, when they pan up through this place, multi-levels, arches, other rooms and stuff. This place is just amazing.
Otherworldly. Wow.
You can see the same kind of brick pattern line as we were just looking at that building towards the shoreline there. And then here you got water coming right out of the wall.
Probably so fresh.
Again, guys, this is a cave. It's not a mine. It's a cave. What they say is a cave, but it's actually the interior of one of these melted buildings. I think it's in the Czech Republic.
Oh, okay. Good old Chechians.
When I watched this, I was just, look at this. See, you can see the levels up top. You just saw an arch right there. There's another level up there.
Levels, wow. And yeah, the archway is undeniable. Look at it. Wow. What is that, yo? What is this?
I don't know.
What? The fuck?
Yeah, that's really strange looking. I seen something similar like that in the crater in the walls of Vesuvius.
That's creepy, man. That would be classified as no bueno.
No bueno. That's going to be our next shirt, Steve. No bueno. But by the way, I have your shirt being made right now, and it should be ready in a few days, and I'll be mailing it out to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Yeah. A meltologist finally. Get my apron.
That's right. Meltology, the study and exploration of melted structures.
I'm a doctor, bitches. No, I'm kidding.
All right, there's a cool part coming up here in just a minute. And I find it real interesting how flat it is when they're walking. I mean, they have to climb up stuff here and there, but
yeah,
mostly
it's relatively flat channels. Yeah.
Yes. Look at this.
Oh. There we go. So I just had to get the quality up. I was like, what the fuck is this? Now, is it much better on your end, too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks much, much better.
Yeah. Wow, I actually wanted to go back to whatever the hell that part was where they were looking up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know where it was, though. That's okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, check cave system. They're in the check. Check.
Check. 1, 2.
Look at that. That's crazy. On the wall, looks like jellyfish.
Yeah.
Must have been so hot. Like, whether it was like by fire or just like pressure from water, doesn't matter. Same thing's gonna happen. I mean, you cook water, you pressurize it, done. You're gonna liquefy the liquid, it's a crazy concept, but
Pause it. Right there. Look at that. So just above the white is a brick pattern on the wall here. See it going up?
Where are we looking? Here?
No. See where the white is? Right below that. Well, right to the left of it. Put your arrow just a little to the left. You can see the lines going up the wall there. It looks like steps. Just above that. Off to the right a little. Yeah, there you go. All the way up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That caught my eye immediately when I was watching it too.
Okay. I can see that for sure. I mean, just look at, like, it was hot. It was hot, Swiss cheese hot. Bricks don't turn to Swiss cheese,
This just was posted 4 minutes ago. I found it.
Yeah, this place is crazy. There's all kinds of multi-levels to it.
So, I mean, if you think about it, Jen, there's no other explanation besides, like, the mainstream, which is we're a globe and meteors hit us, and that's where all the heat came from. Other than that, on the flat Earth model, there's no explanation for the heat, and that's what scares everyone. It's questions they don't know, questions that they don't have answers to. We shouldn't be afraid of that, guys. We should be looking harder, trying to figure out what exactly happened.
And also, I'd like to mention, in case anybody doesn't know, the Quran has a lot of flat Earth stuff in it. A lot. And I'm going to share that on my next show.
Good stuff. Yeah, we were talking about that off air the other day. Some mud floody stuff in there too, I've heard.
Crystal clear water. I would love to go explore something like this. Look at this. Look how square it is. It's just a cave. Nothing to see here.
Wow, look at the left-hand side. Look at this, the block.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, look how square it is, right? Like a temple hall or something. 90 degrees. Saw that wall?
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Wow.
To me, I'm inside a building. I mean, this is what I see. It's so obvious to me now. If other people can't see it right away or whatever, I mean, that's fine too. You just gotta keep doing your investigation work and stuff. But eventually, it all clicks once you realize that this stuff melted. It all melted mostly at the same time. It looks like whatever event took place, whether it's water or heat or a little bit of both, that caused this stuff to look the way they do now.
Oh, it's either or it's both at separate times.
Yeah, but clearly it
Which I'm
didn't
good
take
with.
millions of years to form, and
No.
they're giving us
How could
a
anyone
false
say that
narrative.
about the flat Earth? You know, there's no way. No matter what belief system you have,
Yeah.
there's no million years.
All right,
on
let's
here.
pause it there. Go back just a tiny bit to that wall. There he goes. He pans over. You can really see the brick lines here, guys. This also is very reminiscent of the Icelandic volcano when we were in the interior of that thing. If anybody's seen my live stream on that, it's the same pattern, but you can tell this was a brick wall.
Incredible. I could see it too.
This is a huge, huge building. Again, there you can see the brick pattern on the wall. If you just pause it right there and look to the left, or excuse me, to the right and to the left, but mostly to the right there, you can really see the pattern on the wall of the bricks.
It's incredible. Wow. Completely melted over here.
Yep. And you could see the mortar lines, you could see the straight lines, the parallel running lines.
This is just literally a wall here.
Right? This is what I'm saying, dude. It's just like, what?
This used to be a door, perhaps. It fell over the door entrance. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe these are like little pillar ends, you know?
Exactly. That could have been a molding or something over it.
Yeah.
Even, you know?
Wow. May have found the devil's playground, Jen. Good God. This place is massive.
Look. It's just crazy. There it is, you know? It's just at one point here he's coming up to the waterfall that we saw in the beginning, or the water coming out of the mountain, the interior of this building.
Yeah.
And you could just see that, you know, it's just like the same thing we saw in the Richie from Boston video when he had the drone, and you could see the water just
yeah, right. Remember that? That was crazy.
It looks just like that inside here when they show it. It's just the plumbing still working in these buildings, and the water has to flow somewhere.
Well, I don't think it's just the plumbing. I think they just tapped into the natural waters inside the earth. And that's always going to be plumbing, you know?
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Incredible camera quality, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this place is so cool. I would love to just go explore something like this with some people who know what they're doing. I don't want to go in.
Right.
They walk through this like they've been there 10 times or something. I would be just stopping, and I would probably take like 10 hours in here because I'm looking at everything. And it just keeps going and going.
Miles.
No shortage of water, that's for sure. There's water everywhere in here.
Right, as long as you got some food, you'd be all right in here for a while. Yeah, Jen, I gotta run downstairs for a second. You want me
Oh,
to just
yeah,
keep
no problem.
running?
Okay.
You want me to
So-
do that? Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, yeah, just give me like 2 seconds, all right? Sorry.
Yeah, guys, so I'm probably going to go live. I was going to go live tonight, but I think I might just wait till tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how that goes. But I do have a lot of stuff to show. I went to Chiha the other day, got some video and some photos, and that'll be fun. I got a lot of stuff to show. A lot of stuff. Probably be like a 3-hour show. Getting a little tight through here. Wasn't there a saying you can't get water from a rock? But everywhere you go in these caves, there's water coming out of the rock. This place is so massive. I mean, that just looks like a building to me. It just, look at it. Look at the right angles everywhere, guys. It just keeps going. Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Capalicious. Look how small they are in this place. Look at the right angles here. I mean, what is going on? Again, you can see the brick. What's left of brick. Once you have a trained eye, you spot this stuff everywhere. Again, it's very flat in this cave as well. Just like you would be walking through a building. You're not really climbing over a bunch of stuff here in this one. It just looks like this building has crushed down and closed. If it would have melted down more, these low areas would have just closed up completely. Let me see here. Just a rock curtain. Brick pattern. Hey, Salted Cedar. Flat Accord Music. What's up? Huh, what's that? What's that? Wow. I was watching a video of some cavers. I don't know, it was probably last year, sometime early last year, and they were going in, exploring caves and stuff. And the guy says, "Look at that! There's a brick wall right there." And sure enough, there was. It was a brick wall. It didn't look too good, but you could tell brick wall. And he was like, "What's that doing there?" Like, what? But now we know. I mean, if he watched my stuff, he would know what it's doing there. It's amazing to me how they can move through this thing so freely all the way through it. It's very flat.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I am back. But I didn't realize it was 3:40 already, so probably in like a half hour I'll probably have to wrap this up because I'm going to finally get my car. Because I don't know if I told you my engine blew like 2 weeks ago. Like 2 or 3 days before my operation.
Oh, it's one thing after another, right?
It really is, you know, but I'm not giving up. So
No, you can't. You just gotta keep pushing forward. Everything will fall into place when it needs to. I'm very grateful you got your car done.
yeah, me too. Thankfully, you know, my dad and my mom and a couple other friends helped me out. So shout out to them. They know who they are. But yeah, it's just cool. Finally, I mean, I won't be driving around much. I'm just literally going to get my car, bring it home because I'm still not feeling the best. You know, I'm really not trying to drive over fucking potholes and shit.
Yeah, right.
I told my mom, she was like, when we get it, I was like, I'm probably going to take like the super long way home. She was like, why? I'm like, because I repeat, I'm not hitting a pothole in Springfield. I was like, I'm going to like get in my car. It's like in a town called Ludlow. I'm going to Wilbraham, and then I'm coming back to Springfield, down the mountain. I'm not going through downtown. No. All set. Not dealing with it. I'd rather just cruise at like 30 miles an hour on the back roads and be fine, you know?
Right, yeah.
That's the way to go.
Ugh, I can't even imagine that pain you feel when you hit a bump. I just like get the shivers just thinking about it.
Oh, it's crazy, you know?
Especially when you're healing. It's like you're the
That's
most
the thing, it's discomfort. Like when I was like, had it, you know, whatever, not too bad, you know, unless it was like a really rough day. But yeah, the healing part, driving home from the hospital, I was like, yo, like you gotta get home, Ma. Like, it was crazy. Look at the wall. Like, how can you not say like it was melting or wasn't melting? It's crazy.
Yep.
It's not the Earth's core getting hot, guys, because the Earth doesn't have a core.
That's
You
right.
know, there's no magma system, or you know what I'm saying, but
Well, yeah, that they based
there's
the
no
whole
levels. Yeah, there's no
They-
levels that go down to whatever the middle is.
Here it is. Look, the water's coming right out of the wall here.
I would just love to like let that splash on my face. You'd probably feel like $1,000.
It's
That was
like,
a good
okay.
that
And
was
it's
a
like
good
the same
video,
kind of
Jen.
same stream of water like the Richie from Boston video. When I saw this, I was like, Richie from Boston. Except this is inside. The other one was outside.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. But listen, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank you so
Okay.
much for having me on. I just wanted to jump on for a little while because I haven't streamed with you in forever, it seems like. I'm
Well,
so happy and grateful that you're feeling better and doing better. And
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Give Ceiling Fan Man a buzz. I think he wants to go live later. I'm sure he'd love to have you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He
definitely.
wants to talk about some stuff that we're always talking about, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Ceiling Fan and I, we were talking one day, we were putting some stuff together, putting the pieces to the puzzle together. He's like, man, if this was only live right now, because some of our
my God,
personal
same.
calls, we put stuff together and it's like, holy fucking shit. Like it totally adds up. I was like, I wish we were live right now and got all this recorded because, you know, when you're in the moment and things start clicking, it's dare I say magical. When it happens, it's supernatural is what it is. Thanks, Juan. And you really get that feeling of knowing, like, you know that you're on the right track. You know that the way you've put it together, the way the pieces are falling together, that it's the truth. It resonates with you. And really, that's all we have to go on at this point because everything else is lies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's absolute madness. You know, it's tough. You don't want to get caught in the stuff that they're dishing out right now, but it's thick gravy. You know, it's soil gravy to say the least.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. Thank you so much. I love you
Yeah.
guys. And let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you, Steve. Thank you.
I love you too, Jen. Thank you for coming. It's been great.
All right, babe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, that was cool. Had Jen stop by. So that being said, I didn't know 2 hours and 40 minutes have gone by like that, my friends. Like, wow. I know there's nobody here still, but that's okay. I just can't believe time has flown like that. I got to go get my car in a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a video that I think is a good video to share right now. And when we go on with the ceiling fan later, maybe we'll talk about some of the jab stuff I want to talk about. But if not, it's all good. I got a bunch of stuff loaded up on that. We'll get into that on a different day. So it's all good. We still got a couple people on Rockfin, so that's cool. What's going on, guys? I wonder how many people I have like on Rockfin now ever since they've deemed me unworthy. Wait, I don't even know how to search my name. That's me. We're down like 80. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm gonna share this video here. Let me make sure this is the right video.
The direction that society is going. I don't know if you've seen Worlds, which as I say, I Michael is an archangel.
I'm about 85% sure this is the video. So I'm gonna put this on, and then we'll probably be out of here. So let me hit play. Let's share the screen. Right back. And actually, I'm going to throw this, because this deserves more than 21,000 views, guys. Come on. This is RSE.
You know, the direction that society is going, I don't know if you've noticed, but it all seems to be about this grassroots revolutionary movement. And so we have to test these things by the word of God. And we're given a very dire warning in the book of Jude about teachers that have crept in who are actually teaching this stuff. And so I want to look at that briefly today. I know it's not going to be overly popular for everyone, and I understand that, but I really feel God has challenged me with this, and I want to share it with you too, because it's so prevalent, not only in the truth movement, but also in society around us, with just the spirit of the age, totally different to 100 years ago. We have a lot of people, it's quite popular in society to despise authority, to not be chaste with our tongue. And this is something that's been challenging me over the last while, that, you know, I was caught up in this too. And I was caught up in this truth movement. And, you know, this is why I warn against some aspects of the truth movement, because I just think there's some elements that are just not biblical. It's more of a Gnostic movement. You know, at the wider truth movement is not really a Christian movement. There's a lot of people that don't even believe in Jesus. It's only this small side that we're in here, this pocket that we believe in Jesus Christ and the Bible. But out there is a whole world of people with very strange New Age ideas that don't even believe the Bible, but are part of this wider truth movement. As society as a whole, this rebellion against authority is quite concerning, and the conspiracy world, which as I say, I repent once again of the Gnosticism that I was caught up in a few years ago. You know, when I first started these channels, I was really caught up in this Gnosticism, because I'm not making excuses, but that was the truth movement outside of the biblical stuff. It is all Gnosticism, and it all comes back to Gnosticism, that Gnosticism is the was the first enemy of the gospel in the time of the apostles. And it's still today. This is the Luciferian New Age movement. It is Gnosticism. So I came back to this passage in the book of Jude. And this passage, I'm not going to go into it too much here, but it talks about the particular signs and the ways these false apostles and false teachers will behave. And it's pretty interesting. Have a read of it if you get a chance. For certain men have crept in unnoticed, who long ago were marked out for this condemnation, ungodly men who turn the grace of our God into lewdness and deny the only Lord God and our Lord Jesus Christ. So this is a parallel to 2 Peter 2 as well. Likewise, also these dreamers, they defile the flesh, reject authority, and speak evil of dignitaries. That's a verse we're going to look at. These dreamers, they defile the flesh, reject authority, and speak evil of dignitaries. Then it goes into how Michael didn't even bring a reviling accusation against the devil, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Yet Michael, even though Michael is an archangel, and yet these will go ahead and insult dignitaries, angels. And so then it continues and says, "Their spots in your love feast, for they feast with you without fear, serving only themselves. They are clouds without water, carried about by the winds, late autumn trees without fruit, twice dead the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming up their own shame, wandering stars, for whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever." This article explains it quite well, so I wanted to read this out to you. I really felt convicted to read this out to you. Jude calls these false ministers dreamers, but this really is a poor translation. It should properly be, "Likewise also these, as a result of dreaming, defile the flesh, reject authority, and speak evil of dignitaries." Their new beliefs that they teach to the church are based on dreams, on visions, on foolish imaginations of their own hearts, and who knows, trips on LSD. The basis for their false teachings is from anywhere but God. Now think about this. As we just really think about this, think about the truth movement and the teachers that are out there in the truth movement that are, some of them have received their information from ayahuasca or LSD. David Icke admits to receiving his information on ayahuasca, the drug. But just think about the truth movement, about rejecting authority and the conspiracies, the foolish imaginations of people's hearts. That I only know that some of these conspiracies and theories are just rubbish because I went through a time, in this truth movement where people began en masse coming up with bizarre theories that I know were not true because I was the subject of those theories. So ever since then, it's been a gradual sort of change of developing in my mind, just seeing that this truth movement has a lot, not all, there's some good things to it and there's some true things to it, but it has a lot of bizarre, wacky, foolish imaginations of people's minds and dreams and visions that are false. They reject authority, speak evil of dignitaries. Right, so let's continue. Now we're going to see how this all comes from Gnosticism. The apostle is pinpointing specific Gnostic beliefs: debauchery, total freedom from authority, and even insulting angels. The literal understanding of speaking evil of dignitaries is literally glorious ones. Gnostics believe that a person was free to do whatever he wanted, do what thou wilt, debauch himself to any extent, and God would forgive it, for he is gracious. They believe that no one had authority over them, that they were free from the law. and that they were free from government because they were spiritual. No one then could tell them what to do. They had progressed beyond all need for physical law of any type of authority, court, or physical government. Does that sound like a revolutionary movement? And the way that today people are so flippant about figures in authority, that we should be praying for them as Bible-believing Christians, doesn't mean we agree with everything. And I have made mistakes and spoke out wrong things in the past. And again, I apologize for that, for my part in that. But it doesn't mean we agree on everything. It doesn't mean we compromise our faith. But we should be praying for the peace, for our leadership to make the right decisions under God. God, Jesus said to Pilate, you would have no authority if it hadn't been given from above. So we are not revolutionary zealots. Like in the time of Jesus, there was that group of zealots that wanted, they thought Jesus would be a revolutionary. They thought he would take over the government by force, that this was a revolutionary zealot movement. We are not revolutionists in this world. We trust in God and the authority he appoints, and that everything will fulfill his purpose. Even if we have bad leadership, a bad leader can be a judgment on a nation, for example, that it's still, for his purposes, for his ultimate plan, and to show that the world doesn't work without Christ being the true king. So we have to understand that we're not revolutionists. It's the Gnostic sentiment that we see growing in society today of do what thou wilt and rebellion against authority, including in the church. We need to be praying for pastors who are biblically sound, but they speak evil of whatever they do not know, and whatever they know naturally, like brute beasts, in these things they corrupt themselves. Woe to them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, they have run greedily into the error of Balaam for profit, and perished in the rebellion of Korah. And so it's a very severe warning about this type of stuff. Clouds without water, carried about by every wind of doctrine, foaming up their own shame, wandering stars for whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. So very strong words against this. Let's finish this. Lastly, they were so self-willed that they would even reject the authority of angels, believing that they were higher than the angels, forgetting or ignoring that Psalm 8:5 and Hebrews 2:7 say that God has left man for a little while lower than the angels. The Gnostics had already exalted themselves above the angels, so they had no fear of speaking evil of them. This put them in an exalted position, and the idea is that lesser humans have to adhere to or below them, and thus contemptible. Being beyond all law and government, they can do whatever they want, and no one can stop them. This reminds me of the New Apostolic Reformation and NAR and Dominionism and Roman Catholicism and all of those things tied in together. Some of this stuff is leaking into the truth movement. I believe intentionally as part of the spirit of the age. So it's no coincidence that one of the hallmarks of apostasy today is a total rejection of government. It is the number one problem in the church. No one wants to be governed. Such modern Gnostics say such pious things as only God governs me, which is a false teaching. They have placed themselves above their station, which is exactly what Korah did, as Jude goes on to mention. Since government tends to point out and punish evil doing, these apostates think that if they get rid of the government and the law, they will be free to do whatever they please without any oversight. But we can see this the spirit of revolution echoing through the truth movement and society as a whole, actually. That people are starting to undermine authoritative figures. And as I say, I've been guilty of that. I hope this has somehow helped someone just to point this out. So do we obey the government if it means compromising the essentials of our faith? Absolutely not. Jesus is our example. Just look at the way Jesus interacted and acted with the authorities in the New Testament, and the way Paul talks about it. But are we revolutionaries? Are we like the zealots? Are we Gnostics? Are we following do what thou wilt? Or do we respect the God who is control over all things? We need to remember this.
I'm going to pause it there, and we're going to end it there. But that's a big question. It's a big question a lot of people have to ask. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, we've been rolling for 3 hours, so I think I'm going to end the broadcast, guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for the support. Once again, if you'd like to make any donations, the link is pinned in several locations. You guys have a good day. I might be linking up with Ceiling Fan Man later, so look out for that. And catch up with you guys on the flip side. See ya.